Did you know the average retiree in the United States unknowingly spends over $100,000 on avoidable expenses during their golden years? That's not just a number, it's a door closing on possibilities that could have made retirement brighter and freer. Picture what $100,000 could mean in your own life. It could be the difference between postponing that dream trip to Italy and finally sipping espresso in Rome. It could cover years of worry-free bills, allowing you to sleep peacefully at night. It could even mean having the extra resources to shower your grandchildren with memories they'll cherish forever. Here's the part few people talk about. This kind of money doesn't disappear all at once. It seeps away quietly, through habits we don't notice and choices we've grown accustomed to. The comforting news? It can also be saved just as quietly, with small, deliberate adjustments that don't rob you of joy or dignity. In fact, these changes often add richness to life. If you've ever wondered whether it's too late to take control of your financial story, the answer is absolutely not. Retirement is not the end of the journey, it's a chance to write a whole new chapter, one where security, confidence, and a little indulgence are well within reach. So let me ask you, do you believe it's never too late to live smarter, not harder? If you do, then tap that like button right now, because what you'll hear next might just be the key to unlocking a retirement worth celebrating. Eudora. Even her name sounds like it belongs to a story worth telling. At 67, she's a retired librarian from a quiet town in Ohio, a woman who spent her life surrounded by shelves of knowledge, whispering pages, and the comforting rhythm of order. She loved her career, helping children find their first storybook, guiding students to resources for their first research paper, and even recommending novels to fellow retirees who needed a spark of inspiration. Yet when retirement came, Eudora found herself in a chapter of life she hadn't quite prepared for. Like many seniors, she thought she had done enough. She had a modest pension, a bit of savings, and Medicare to cover the essentials. But within a year of retiring, she noticed how quickly money slipped away, on small conveniences, forgotten subscriptions, higher medical copays, and the occasional urge to treat her grown kids and grandkids. It wasn't recklessness, it was love, comfort, and habit. Still, the numbers didn't lie. Her bank account was shrinking faster than she liked to admit. One evening, as she sat at her kitchen table with a cup of chamomile tea, Eudora pulled out an old notebook, the kind she used at the library for jotting ideas. She decided to treat her finances the way she once treated a library collection, carefully cataloging what she had, what she was wasting, and what she could protect. That small act of writing things down sparked something powerful. Instead of feeling deprived, she began to see frugality as a puzzle, a way to make her life not smaller, but smarter. She swapped out brand-name prescriptions for generics after a neighbor shared the tip. She joined a local co-op where she could buy fresh produce in bulk and split costs with other retirees. She even discovered community events, from free book clubs to fitness classes, that gave her joy without draining her wallet. Within months, Eudora wasn't just saving money, she was regaining control, dignity, and confidence. Her story isn't one of drastic sacrifice. It's about rediscovering creativity and proving that even in your late 60s, you can reimagine your lifestyle and open doors to freedom you thought were closed. Eudora's journey shows that sometimes the wisest lessons aren't found in books at all, they're written in the choices we make every day. And her story might just be the one you see yourself in. For many people, the word frugal stirs up images of cutting coupons until your fingers ache, refusing every invitation to eat out, or denying yourself the things that make life enjoyable. It sounds like a life of less fun, less freedom, less dignity. But here's the shift that changes everything. True frugality isn't about living with less. It's about living with more intention. It's not about what you give up, it's about what you gain. Think of it this way. Every dollar you keep in your pocket isn't just a number, it's a decision. It's choosing to buy back peace of mind. It's choosing to protect your independence so you don't have to lean on anyone else. It's choosing the flexibility to say yes to experiences that truly matter. Frugality gives you choices, and choices are freedom. Eudora, our 67-year-old librarian friend, realized this when she stopped looking at her budget as a punishment and started seeing it as a passport. Each unnecessary expense she trimmed gave her the ability to fund something meaningful, like her annual road trip to visit her sister in Michigan or the pottery class she always wanted to try. Frugality didn't close doors for her, it opened them. And here's a secret few people realize: frugality can even feel luxurious. Imagine enjoying a home-cooked meal made with fresh, local produce instead of paying double at a chain restaurant. Or picture the calm that comes from knowing you won't be hit with surprise fees because you switch to a credit union that values its members. These aren't sacrifices, they are smarter, more satisfying choices. The emotional payoff is powerful. Instead of lying awake worrying if the savings will last, you can rest easy knowing your money is working for you, not against you. Instead of shrinking your life, frugality stretches it, making space for joy, health, and connection. So when you hear the word frugal, don't think of restriction. Think of it as reclaiming your power. Because in retirement, the greatest wealth isn't in what you spend, it's in the freedom you preserve. Habit 1. Prescription savings without compromise. One of the biggest hidden drains on a retiree's budget is medication. For many seniors in the United States, prescriptions aren't optional, they're a lifeline. But here's the surprising truth. The very same pill, with the exact same ingredients, can cost hundreds more simply because of the name on the bottle. That's where the power of generics comes in. Generic prescriptions aren't less than. They're regulated by the FDA, held to the same safety and quality standards as brand-name drugs, and in most cases, they perform identically. The only difference? The price tag. Medicare Part D plans are specifically designed to cover these lower-cost generics, which means switching could save you hundreds, even thousands, every single year without sacrificing your health. Eudora learned this firsthand when she was prescribed a cholesterol medication that cost nearly $90 a month under the brand label. A pharmacist suggested asking her doctor about the generic version. That conversation changed everything. The generic cost less than $10 with her Medicare plan. Over the course of a year, that single adjustment saved her almost $1,000. Multiply that by multiple prescriptions, and the savings become staggering. But here's where this habit goes beyond numbers. It restores confidence and control. Instead of feeling trapped by rising medical costs, seniors can step into their doctor's office armed with questions. Is there a generic alternative for this? Or will my Medicare plan cover something equivalent at a lower cost? Those questions aren't just about money, they're about taking ownership of your health journey. And let's not overlook the emotional relief. Knowing you can afford the medications you need removes a heavy burden of anxiety. It frees up resources for life's joys, whether that's visiting family, taking a class, or simply enjoying a dinner out without guilt. So the next time you pick up a prescription, remember, savings don't mean compromise. They mean empowerment. They mean putting your health and financial freedom hand in hand, so you can keep living with strength, dignity, and peace of mind. Habit 2. Grocery smarts through senior co-ops. Groceries are one of those expenses that never seem to shrink. Prices inch higher every year, and for seniors on fixed incomes, even small increases at the checkout line can feel like a punch in the gut. But here's a solution that's gaining momentum across the United States: senior grocery co-ops. These aren't just about saving money, they're about reclaiming community, dignity, and choice. A senior co-op works on a simple idea: buy together, save together. By pooling resources, members purchase items like fresh produce, dairy, grains, and household staples in bulk at wholesale prices. Because there's no corporate profit margin to pad, the savings are passed directly to members. That bunch of bananas, that gallon of milk, that bag of rice, suddenly they cost significantly less than at a chain supermarket. Eudora discovered her local co-op when a neighbor invited her to a community meeting. At first, she hesitated. She worried it might be complicated or too time-consuming. But once she walked into the co-op, she realized it was more than just a grocery stop, it was a gathering place. Seniors swapped recipes, traded gardening tips, and even shared transportation to bring groceries home. Instead of shopping feeling like a lonely chore, it became a joyful outing. The savings, though, were undeniable. By buying pantry staples in bulk through the co-op, Eudora shaved nearly $50 off her grocery bill every month. That's $600 a year, money she could now use for things that actually brought her joy, like weekend road trips or birthday surprises for her grandkids. And because co-ops often focus on local farmers, she noticed the quality of her produce improve too. Fresh, healthier food for less money, what could be better? But here's where the emotional impact shines. Joining a co-op connects seniors with a sense of belonging. In a stage of life where loneliness can creep in, the co-op turns an ordinary shopping trip into a chance to laugh, share, and feel part of something bigger. So the next time you feel sticker shock at the supermarket, remember there's another way. Grocery co-ops aren't just about cutting costs, they're about feeding both your body and your spirit, while keeping your retirement savings safe and strong. Habit 3. The power of free exchanges. Imagine walking into a room filled with clothes, books, furniture, and household items. All free, all waiting for someone who needs them. No checkout line, no receipt, no price tag. Just neighbors helping neighbors. That's the beauty of free exchanges and the Buy Nothing movement, which has become a lifeline for many seniors across the United States. At its heart, a Buy Nothing group is simple. Community members post items they no longer need, maybe a set of pots, a gently used winter coat, or even a recliner that doesn't fit their living room anymore. Anyone in the group can claim it, no money involved. The only rule? Everything is given freely, and everything is received with gratitude. For seniors on a fixed income, this is more than generosity, it's liberation. Eudora stumbled across her first Buy Nothing group through Facebook. At the time, she was looking for a sturdy chair to replace one that had broken in her kitchen. She expected to pay at least $100 at a local store. Instead, a woman just a few blocks away offered her a perfectly good chair for free. That one exchange didn't just save her money, it sparked a realization. She could both give and receive, creating a cycle of abundance without spending a dime. Soon, Eudora was swapping more than just furniture. She gave away extra books from her shelves and received warm winter scarves. She offered a set of teacups she no longer used and, in return, picked up gardening tools that helped her start her first tomato plants. Each exchange carried not just material value but emotional connection, stories behind the items, conversations with neighbors, and the comforting reminder that she wasn't alone. The financial benefits add up quickly. A free bookshelf here, a coat there, a lamp to brighten the living room. Items that might have drained hundreds of dollars from retirement savings are now covered at zero cost. But beyond the savings, the emotional richness is undeniable. Free exchanges remind seniors that they still have something to give, whether it's a used blender or simply a kind word in the group chat. Frugality doesn't always mean clipping coupons or chasing sales. Sometimes, it means stepping into a community where generosity flows freely. And in that space, seniors don't just save money, they gain friendships, confidence, and the joy of knowing abundance isn't always bought, it's shared. Habit 4. Subscription slim down. It happens quietly, almost invisibly. A streaming service here, a digital magazine there, maybe a music app or two just to try out. Before you know it, these small monthly charges pile up, draining hundreds or even thousands of dollars from your retirement savings every year. The subscription model is designed to make spending painless, just a few dollars a month that feels harmless. But for seniors on a fixed income, those small costs can quickly snowball into a real financial burden. Eudora realized this one afternoon while sorting through her bank statements. She noticed she was paying for 3 different streaming platforms, yet only watched shows on one of them. She still subscribed to 2 print magazines she rarely read, and a genealogy app she hadn't opened in months. Together, those unused subscriptions were costing her nearly $60 each month, over $700 a year. The moment she cancelled the ones she didn't truly need, she felt a rush of relief. Not because she missed out, but because she regained control. Suddenly, her money wasn't leaking away unnoticed, it was back in her pocket, available for things that truly mattered, like her weekly pottery class or her annual trip to visit family. Here's the key, slimming down subscriptions isn't about living without entertainment or joy. It's about making conscious choices. Do you really need 3 movie platforms, or is one enough? Would you rather keep paying for a magazine you skim once in a while, or use that money to try a new hobby? Each cancelled subscription is not a loss, it's a trade. You're trading clutter for clarity, waste for intention. And there's an emotional shift too. Instead of feeling weighed down by unused services, you feel lighter, freer. You're no longer tied to things that don't serve you. Many seniors describe it as decluttering their digital lives, and the peace it brings can be as valuable as the money saved. So take a moment this week, look at your bank statement, circle every subscription, and ask yourself, is this adding joy to my life or just noise? You may be surprised by how much freedom and savings you uncover when you slim down. Habit 5. Joyful low-cost hobbies. One of the most overlooked areas of spending in retirement isn't the big stuff, it's the little indulgences we rely on to fill our time. Expensive craft supplies, pricey classes, or memberships we rarely use can quietly eat away at savings. But here's the beautiful truth, joy doesn't need a high price tag. In fact, some of the most rewarding hobbies are not only affordable, they are free. Take community gardening, for example. Eudora joined her town's gardening collective after seeing a flyer at the library. She expected it to be a small patch of dirt and a handful of retirees. Instead, she found a vibrant network of people of all ages, trading seeds, teaching each other planting tricks, and even sharing fresh vegetables at the end of each season. Her costs? Practically nothing. Her reward? Bags of homegrown tomatoes, herbs, and peppers, along with friendships that nourished her spirit as much as the food nourished her body. Walking clubs are another hidden gem. They require no special equipment beyond a good pair of shoes, and yet the benefits are enormous. Eudora says her morning walks with a local group have done more for her health and happiness than any gym membership ever could. It keeps her accountable, social, and energized, all while costing absolutely nothing. And then there's the library, a place Eudora once worked and now cherishes in a new way. Many libraries today offer more than just books. They host free lectures, craft workshops, movie nights, and even technology classes designed for seniors. Every time Eudora attends, she feels engaged, curious, and alive, without spending a dime. Here's the emotional shift. Replacing costly pastimes with low-cost joys isn't about cutting back, it's about expanding life. Instead of measuring happiness by what you buy, you measure it by what you create, who you connect with, and how deeply you engage with your community. The money saved may look modest on paper, but the payoff is huge: healthier days, richer relationships, and a sense of purpose that money simply can't buy. True wealth in retirement isn't found in expensive hobbies, it's found in joyful moments that cost little but mean everything. Habit 6. Beating banking fees. Banking is supposed to protect your money, not quietly chip away at it. Yet many seniors don't realize just how much they lose each year to hidden fees, maintenance charges, overdraft penalties, ATM surcharges, and even paper statement fees. These little charges often go unnoticed, but over the course of a retirement, they can drain thousands of dollars that could have gone toward meaningful experiences or essential needs. That's exactly what Eudora discovered when she sat down to review her bank statements. She had been loyal to the same big-name bank for decades, trusting that familiarity meant security. But when she added up all the service fees she had paid in just 1 year, the total was nearly $400. Nothing about her financial habits had changed, only the bank's fee structure. That was the wake-up call she needed. After doing some research, Eudora made the switch to a local credit union. The difference was immediate. No monthly maintenance fees. Free checks. Access to a wide network of fee-free ATMs. And perhaps most importantly, customer service that actually felt personal. Instead of waiting on hold with a corporate call center, she could walk into a branch and talk to someone who knew her by name. That sense of dignity and respect meant almost as much as the money she saved. Credit unions also offer perks designed with seniors in mind: higher interest rates on savings accounts, discounts on loan products, and workshops on financial literacy. For retirees who want to make the most of their nest egg, these benefits aren't small, they are powerful tools for stretching dollars further. The emotional shift is profound too. Instead of feeling nickeled and dimed by a faceless corporation, seniors can feel empowered, respected, and in control. Eudora describes it as moving from being just another account number to being part of a financial community. When you think about it, Beating banking fees is about more than money. It's about reclaiming trust, protecting your hard-earned savings, and ensuring that every dollar works for you, not against you. Because in retirement, peace of mind is priceless, and no one should have to pay hidden fees just to access their own money. Habit 7. Smart housing adjustments. Housing is often the single largest expense in retirement, and for many seniors, it can quietly drain savings faster than expected. Property taxes, utility bills, upkeep, and repairs pile up year after year. Even those who have paid off their mortgage can find themselves overwhelmed by the cost of maintaining a home on a fixed income. But here's where a new wave of creativity is reshaping how seniors live: co-housing and house sharing. These models are gaining traction across the United States, not just for affordability but for something just as valuable: companionship. In co-housing communities, seniors live in private units but share common spaces like kitchens, gardens, or community rooms. Expenses are split, chores are lighter, and neighbors become built-in support systems. House sharing is even simpler. 2 or more seniors, or sometimes a senior and a younger renter, share a home, cutting costs and easing loneliness at the same time. Eudora once thought downsizing meant giving up independence, but when she learned about a senior co-housing development nearby, her perspective changed. She visited and found rows of charming cottages, a shared vegetable garden, and a lively calendar of group activities. Instead of isolation, she saw connection. Instead of overwhelming expenses, she saw manageable costs. One woman she met there had cut her housing bills nearly in half after moving in, freeing up money for travel and health care. For seniors who may not want to leave their current home, house sharing is another powerful option. Renting out a spare bedroom to a trusted tenant, sometimes through programs that match older adults with compatible housemates, can bring in steady income while also providing companionship and safety. Eudora's friend Marjorie, for instance, rented her basement apartment to another retiree. Not only did it cover utilities and groceries, but it gave her a built-in movie buddy and someone to water the plants when she traveled. The emotional payoff here is huge. Housing adjustments don't have to mean loss, they can mean liberation. They can open the door to new friendships, lighter financial stress, and the joy of knowing you're not navigating retirement alone. Smart housing isn't just about saving money, it's about creating a lifestyle that supports your well-being, your wallet, and your heart. Because a home should be more than a roof over your head, it should be a place where life feels secure, sustainable, and shared. Habit 8. Hidden perks in Medicare Advantage. When most seniors think of Medicare Advantage, they think of doctor visits, prescriptions, and hospital coverage. But what often gets overlooked are the hidden perks, benefits that go unused every year, even though they are already included in the plan. These perks aren't just about saving money, they're about enriching daily life with better health, easier mobility, and more opportunities for joy. Take fitness, for example. Many Medicare Advantage plans include memberships to programs like Silver Sneakers, which provide free access to gyms, yoga classes, swimming pools, and even virtual exercise sessions from home. Eudora discovered this perk after years of paying for her own fitness center membership. The moment she switched to using her plan's benefit, she saved nearly $400 a year. But the real value wasn't just financial, it was the boost in energy, balance, and confidence she gained by staying active. Transportation is another overlooked gem. Some plans provide free or discounted rides to medical appointments, pharmacies, or even wellness activities. For seniors who no longer drive, or prefer not to, it's not just about saving gas money. It's about independence. Eudora's neighbor, Harold, relies on his Medicare Advantage transportation benefit to get to physical therapy twice a week. Without it, he would have to lean on family or spend hundreds on taxes. Wellness classes, nutrition counseling, and even over-the-counter allowances are also quietly built into many plans. These allowances can cover items like vitamins, first aid supplies, and everyday health essentials. Eudora used hers to stock up on things she was already buying at the pharmacy, turning what used to be out-of-pocket expenses into no-cost necessities. The emotional side of this habit is powerful. Instead of feeling like Medicare is only there when something goes wrong, seniors can start to see it as a partner in their well-being. These perks encourage movement, community, and preventative care, reminders that retirement can be about thriving, not just getting by. So here's the challenge. Pull out your Medicare Advantage handbook or call your plan provider this week. Ask specifically about fitness, transportation, and wellness benefits. You may be shocked at how much value you're already entitled to. Don't let those hidden perks go to waste. They're designed to help you stretch your savings and enrich your retirement years in ways money alone can't buy. Habit 9. Traveling with senior discounts. For many seniors, retirement is the first time in decades that schedules finally open up. The kids are grown, work responsibilities are gone, and the dream of seeing new places feels closer than ever. But there's one worry that often stops those dreams in their tracks: the cost of travel. Plane tickets, hotels, meals, it all adds up quickly. What many don't realize is that seniors in the United States have a unique advantage. With the right timing and the right discounts, traveling doesn't have to drain your savings. It can actually become surprisingly affordable. Eudora always dreamed of seeing the Grand Canyon. For years, she assumed it was out of reach, picturing high airfare and pricey hotels. But when a friend introduced her to a senior travel club, everything changed. Through their network, she booked an off-peak flight at half the cost, stayed at a discounted lodge, and even joined a group tour where the entrance fee was waived thanks to her senior pass. The trip, which once felt impossible, became a cherished memory, and she spent less than she would have on a weekend getaway closer to home. Senior discount programs are available everywhere, but many go unused. Airlines, train services, car rental companies, and hotel chains all offer reduced rates for those over 60 or 65. National parks sell lifetime passes for seniors at a fraction of the cost, opening the door to adventures across the country. Even cruise lines and guided tours often feature special senior packages during off-peak seasons, when crowds are smaller and prices drop dramatically. The savings are significant, but the emotional payoff is even greater. Travel isn't just about seeing new sights, it's about creating stories, building connections, and proving to yourself that life still has adventures waiting. For seniors, every discounted trip is more than a getaway. It's a celebration of freedom, health, and the ability to embrace new experiences. Here's the mindset shift. Travel doesn't have to be rushed or expensive. Seniors have the gift of flexibility. By traveling during weekdays, shoulder seasons, or through senior networks, you can stretch your dollars and savor every moment without worry. So, instead of shelving those travel dreams, dust them off. Whether it's visiting family across the country or exploring somewhere new, senior discounts are your passport to affordable adventure, and a reminder that the world is still wide open, waiting for you. Habit 10. Saying no to pressure spending. Of all the habits that save seniors the most money and the most peace of mind, this one might be the hardest: learning to say no to pressure spending. For many older adults, money isn't just numbers on a page. It's love, security, and legacy all wrapped together. That's why so many retirees feel pulled to spend beyond their comfort zone, whether it's helping adult children in a financial bind, buying unnecessary gifts to keep up during holidays, or covering costs in social situations out of guilt. But here's the truth. Saying yes when your heart says no can quietly rob you of the retirement you've worked so hard to build. Eudora knew this all too well. Her son once asked for help with a car loan, and though she wanted to give generously, she realized that dipping into her limited savings could jeopardize her own security. Instead of caving, she had an honest conversation. Together, they looked at alternatives, like refinancing and side work, that helped him stand on his own 2 feet. It wasn't easy, but it was empowering. And in the end, her son respected her more for setting boundaries than if she had sacrificed her future for a temporary fix. The same goes for social expectations. It's easy to feel pressured to overspend during birthdays, weddings, or outings with friends. But seniors who practice mindful generosity, giving thoughtful but modest gifts, or suggesting low-cost get-togethers, often find that their relationships grow stronger, not weaker. Why? Because authenticity carries more weight than flashy spending. Saying no doesn't mean shutting people out, it means protecting your peace and ensuring your money works for you. It's about shifting the focus from spending to presence, because your loved ones want your time, wisdom, and love far more than expensive items. This habit is powerful because it blends financial wisdom with emotional strength. By setting gentle but firm boundaries, you free yourself from guilt, preserve your independence, and keep your retirement savings intact. And perhaps most importantly, you model something invaluable for the next generation, that true generosity comes not from how much you spend, but from how wisely you live. Resolution and transformation. When Eudora looked back on the past 8 years, she was astonished. By weaving these frugal habits into her everyday life, prescription savings, co-ops, swaps, trimming subscriptions, joyful hobbies, credit unions, smart housing, Medicare perks, senior travel discounts, and learning to say no, she discovered she had freed up nearly $120,000. That wasn't money she won in the lottery or inherited. It was money she already had, money that used to slip through her fingers unnoticed. What made her story even more powerful was that she never felt deprived. Quite the opposite. She discovered that frugality wasn't about shrinking her world, it was about expanding it. With her savings, she was able to travel more, enjoy hobbies she loved, and, most importantly, live with peace of mind. She didn't have to worry about whether her retirement savings would stretch far enough. Instead, she felt empowered, in control, and free. Imagine what an extra $120,000 could do for you. It could mean visiting grandkids more often, taking that bucket list trip you thought was out of reach, or simply having the comfort of knowing unexpected medical bills won't send you into panic. Every dollar saved becomes a cushion, a safeguard, a quiet blessing to your future self. Eudora's journey reminds us that transformation doesn't require drastic sacrifices. It's built one choice at a time, switching a prescription, saying no to pressure spending, or discovering a perk you didn't know you had. Each habit may seem small in the moment, but together, they reshape the landscape of retirement into one filled with security, dignity, and joy. And here's the truth, it's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, these habits can help you reclaim not just money, but confidence and freedom. If this sparked new ideas, hit like, subscribe, and share this with a friend over 60 who deserves financial peace. Because every view, every share, could be the moment someone else discovers that their retirement can be brighter, freer, and more fulfilling than they ever imagined.